Hello, everybody. Welcome tonight.
Welcome, welcome.
We're going to have some fun. Try to have some fun. We always try to have fun. But we're going to have some fun tonight. Little talk. Welcome, everybody, to Wright at Home for June the 14th. Can you believe we've been doing this for like 3 months? Does it feel like 3 months?
Have we?
It's close to 3 months, something like that. Yeah, we get like some kind of 3-month anniversary gift for Right at Home. A mug. That's it. No, joking. I don't know. We've been doing this, but welcome everyone.
Yes,
John
welcome.
Lombardo. Love the Spider-Man. I'm really excited about that. Pumped up. Really want to see that. That's going to be a Right at Home special featuring John Lombardo in the Spider-Man costume. We got to get that going.
We have to see that.
But all of our favorite people are jumping on tonight. So far, good to see everyone. Beautiful day outside. He said he'd love to. So I feel like. But welcome, everybody. Glad you're here. We were just talking about this earlier before we jumped on. And I know we've said that a bunch, but I think it's worth to recap for a second.
Only because the reason for recapping is because we're always seeing new people are on. And so people get on and wonder what it is that we're doing. So forgive those of you that are faithfuls that watch every week. But since we are seeing new faces and the whole point of this was making connection, forgive us for the constant recaps.
Yeah, but it's important, I think, for people to understand why we started doing this to begin with. It originally started with we had felt led of the Lord with the COVID situation to be able to have a place of connection, especially with our Antioch West family.
Yeah, because, I mean, we weren't
seeing everybody.
And we're still not seeing you.
Yeah, and that's just the way things are. And so we started with that, and we honestly didn't start this. If you know my wife at all, you know this was not this was not
to put
tell the people though, for fun. Come on, tell the people, how are you the first night we did this? How did that go, Kate?
Okay.
How was that? Because you've really grown the last 3 months. It's amazing.
I have. Okay, so the very first one, our very first Right at Home. For those of you, and thankfully no one noticed except for one person, that was my sister because she knows me well. But I was so nervous. I barely moved. But my teeth were chattering so badly that I had to bite my lip and go like this.
Because you're chatting?
Because I was so nervous. Like before going on, I was ready to throw up. So it was that bad.
I didn't know that. I didn't know the throw up thing.
Bad.
I knew the chattering in the teeth. Really I thought it was like the Holy Ghost.
Because a couple times he's talking and I'm just smiling and my teeth are and I'm like, oh my goodness, if you all see my teeth chattering. So I had to bite my lip and kind of like smile, but my sister caught it. So she knew me.
But you have really grown since then. We don't throw up anymore.
I didn't throw up. I felt like I was going to throw up.
That's all it takes. So anyways, you've grown and
I have.
No more teeth chattering.
No, I'm so thankful. No more teeth chattering.
So anyways, we said all that because we just want to make sure for those of you that have just are getting on here, and it's amazing. And to be frank with you, it's amazing to see how many people we've connected with so many ways, which has been really great. And some of you already know this, but bottom line, the biggest thing was we wanted this to be a place of connection, whether that was for 10 people or hundreds of people. It really didn't matter to us. We wanted to connect with everyone and have a place to get to learn, to get together. And we've had our laughs and we've had our moments. But
we've learned a lot.
Yeah, we have learned a lot about
I have enjoyed that so much.
I've been amazed at the transparency. We're going to test that again tonight.
We are.
But anyways, that being said, the world's changing again. Things are, I don't say opening back up. It's a relative term, but things are changing. Weather's changing. Which
helps so much.
Yeah, things are changing. Your Sundays are changing. And we've prayed about this, seriously. We were praying about this again. And we keep coming back to the place we feel like God has us to do this. But we really want you to know the point of what the burden we have is to be able to connect with you. And it's just been a blessing to us that so many of you come on and you watch and you interact and we have a good time. So we just really want to make sure that you guys don't forget that that's what really we're trying to accomplish here. They're really not trying to come on and entertain you. We have some laughs and we have some moments.
Or are we trying to come on and preach to you? It's
No.
whatever, seriously, as the Lord leads us. So
Yeah.
I've enjoyed our serial talks.
Serial.
So
And our getting to know all of you. So anyways, that being said, we were kind of thinking, we were kind of seeking and trying to find
yes,
tonight.
all week.
Yeah, it's
All
tough.
week.
And the challenge of this whole thank you, Sister Trombley, appreciate that. Thank you. It really does. I mean that a lot. So many of you have said that, and really seriously, and it really helps us tremendously.
Well, because we do fight. I mean, from the standpoint of we do fight thoughts of wondering if just coming on asking funny questions back and forth. Most people are like, okay, this is a waste of time. But at the same time, we're learning a lot about individuals. So it's good to hear that it's needed. And there's a lot of things going on in this world. And so laughter doeth good like a medicine sometimes.
Yes. So we want to kind of just get into life a little bit tonight. We were talking about this. The word life kept coming to us. And just about life and all kinds of things. Life has been challenging the last couple of months. Life has been sometimes rewarding, sometimes challenging, sometimes happy, sometimes sad. It's life. Life has been that. And the other thing about life is that Jesus promised that we would have life and life more abundantly. So we are living this thing called life. And so we kind of want to talk about a little bit about life and get into life, because a little bit about your life, and not just what you like to eat for breakfast or where you want to go on vacation, even though that's been amazing to hear, or how many pillows you like to sleep with, but just get a little more into some in-depth understanding of life, and maybe what makes us tick, and what maybe gets you up in the morning, or what makes you happy, or just inspires you. I feel inspired. I feel inspiration. We need to inspire the people tonight, Kate. I feel you're laughing. I don't feel like that's genuine. I feel like
No, you just seem like you're hyper again.
Everyone says that I'm really not hyper. I'm
Well,
just
not
excited
hyper,
to be
yes,
here.
you just come charged.
I'm fired up.
We need to have
I bring
a
the
Sunday night.
energy.
You do.
You bring the peace and calm. You are the anchor. You are the tether to the pier, and I am the wind beneath your wings.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, you're so using.
I don't know. I'm just
Big
so.
quote.
Anyways, I'm not hyper. I'm fired up though. Look at the people. They're on here tonight. They're having a good time. So I'm excited. Yes. Thank you,
Very
Kyle
true.
Blake.
Yes,
Yes, you are right.
it's
You got to
good
eat
to
it.
see you. Yes.
Remember, Captain Crunch is
Strategically.
all about timing. Too short, it cuts your mouth open like a bunch of razor blades. Too long,
It's mushy.
it is a
And then,
nasty.
You have that
Sister
grimy
Kate, they
feel.
say you're the voice of the people.
Aw, thank you.
See, Dee Dee
Jealousy.
loves me. She loves me. She's fired up. That's what we should call it. Right at home, fired up. I think 5 people turned off right when I just did the shaking in my hands. They kind of got scared. So I feel like we
We're
need
a good balance.
inspiration. Yes, I feel
Yeah.
inspiration. So
Okay.
what is the inspiring thing you have for the people tonight? Do you have anything inspiring to tell us tonight before we jump into this?
Something inspiring.
Yeah, inspire us.
I can. Really?
No pressure, but everybody's
Not at
wanting
all.
to be inspired.
No.
How about you start with a question? Give me something.
Okay, that's better.
Okay, because
Yeah.
I'm always asking the question.
That is true. I don't mind asking questions.
Oh,
It's
please
much
ask away.
easier. Okay.
Please ask away.
All right. So on the note of inspiration,
Okay.
can you think of an inspiring quote? And I know there's a lot of amazing ones out there. I can't think of any at the moment. But for you, since you're always the one to ask, I'm going
Okay.
to ask. Can you think of an inspiring quote that you love, or you're challenged by, or you live by, or
Is this for me or for all of us?
everybody?
Oh, everybody.
I'm
Inspiring.
asking you,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's for everyone. to
Everyone
answer.
jump in. This is an all skate.
Yes.
It's an all skate.
All
Good.
skate.
It's an all skate.
Yes.
Everyone, give us an inspiring quote that you may live by, or maybe that inspires you. I've got a couple, actually. Truthfully, I got a couple. One I just recently saw that I thought was really inspirational. I liked it for me, and that is,
We've got
oh, that's good, man. Be who you need it. This is
like
going to get good,
year.
folks. This Joe Pickley, never give up. I think mine. Wow, great leaders were great. Okay, this is going to get good. I feel like it.
Good.
I got a good one. As that.
Actually, Brother
Man.
Joel, that's a good one.
That's great
That
too.
that really helps me.
Actually, it's good.
It really does.
So while they're inspiring us with their quotes, I got a couple. One I just saw.
Oh, I love that. I want to know God's thoughts. Wow, Kelsey, you were just whipping them out.
Man.
I want to know God's thoughts.
Okay, I can't even give it
The
because
rest
I'm
are
just like.
details. I love that.
No one can make you feel inferior without your permission. Okay, y'all are just inspiring, man.
Oh, I love. Very
Wow.
good, Chuck. Keep it real. I'm serious. Wow, you guys.
I always do it right because I always do it twice. Very funny.
I like that, Randy. That's awesome.
Those are good, man.
Yes. That is good.
Oh, I love the name. Mrs. Jones.
Yes, welcome.
So, I keep getting distracted.
Oh, Christine.
So,
hello, welcome.
I got to get it out there quick because I'm
I
just
know,
getting
I was gonna
overwhelmed.
say, everyone's-
So,
we
I
wanna
got
read
two.
yours.
I got two quotes. First one is,
Oh,
pain.
I love that. Oh, sorry.
Focus!
I'm
I'm
sorry.
trying to throw it out there.
You guys are like doing so good. Okay. You stop.
Pain is temporary, but quitting lasts forever.
Yeah, that is.
I
good.
like that one.
That
Pain
is
is
good one.
temporary, but quitting lasts forever.
That is a good one.
And the other one I had was Henry Ford said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. I like that one. Whether you think you can. Okay, so people, back to theirs, because this is even better.
I know.
This is good stuff, man. This is good. Oh, that was a good one. Keep your eyes open and your mouth shut. When I missed that one there. Oh, man.
Oh.
That
We
is
miss
great,
him
Leanne.
So much. We miss him. That's a good one. Sorry, God has not been unkind. to
See,
me.
weird is the side effect of being awesome. That's actually, wow,
Very
this is good,
interesting.
man. Comparison is the thief of joy.
Is that?
So the question is, how many of you Googled a quote before you put it on there? This is good stuff. I'm like,
Oh, hi, Babita. If you could see the woman God had intended for you to become, you will rise up and never be
that's
the
good.
same.
Amen.
Wow.
This is good. I'm already inspired.
are
I mean, this
good,
is
you
sincere.
all. This
Well, y'all,
is
some of y'all
awesome.
need to screenshot this stuff on
I
your phone and
know.
remember this. Wow. If a frog had
Wow.
wings, he wouldn't keep bumping his butt when he jumped. Wow. Wow, man.
Wow, you guys, this is really good.
This is actually really good. I'm just going to sit back and watch the wisdom flow in from the people because this is really good.
Others.
Wow,
way that you want
that's
to
a good one,
digest.
Trish. I do the same thing. I do. I'm a quote saver. I got quotes. I put quotes or sayings, and
Aw, that's neat. Carl Blake says, greet people the same way that your dog greets you at the door. Oh,
that's great.
That
But
is.
I'm not sure you would appreciate me licking all over you. It's just
okay, within context.
oh.
Within
but it's good.
context.
Once in a while, right in the middle of an ordinary life gives us a fairy tale. Oh, that had to be a woman. Yes, it is. See, I knew it. It's a woman. It's a woman. Only woman. You miss 100% of the chalks you don't take. Man, this is good. You guys are inspiring everybody. This is awesome. Keep inspiring. So if you just jumped on, see, Terry Trombley taking the advice. She's
No, these are
screenshotting
good.
these. These are good.
Yes, they are.
There's so many good. So the question is, what's an inspiring quote? Give me something that inspires you or challenges you. And so people are just giving some good ones. I suggest
good
if you just got
ones.
one, scroll back
Yes.
through the comments because this stuff
They're really
is getting good, really good. I like these. I could just sit here all night and be inspired by these. I'm overwhelmed by inspiration. I just kind of want to sit here and keep watching.
I know, these are really good.
If a dying soldier asks you to pray, you better know how. Well, this is good.
Yeah.
Well, experts built the
Built-
Titanic.
wow.
Faith built the ark.
Oh, Sister Cheryl, hello.
That's good.
That is good.
That's real good. I mean, seriously, y'all are just... Lance Lessler!
Oh, hello. Welcome, welcome.
Oh, I love that. Sometimes faith will make you look stupid until it starts to rain. Isn't that something?
That is true.
Love like you want to be loved. Good stuff. Man, I'm telling you what, let's just keep it going, folks. I'm inspired.
This is really
This is good stuff.
This is good.
There's some great inspiration. Keep screenshotting these things, man, because some of these will actually help get you through some tough days. I love the one experts built the ark, but faith built the experts built the Titanic, but faith built the ark.
No.
Sometimes it just doesn't make sense, but God's got a plan. This is good stuff, man. So if you're just jumping on, we had asked an inspirational quote. Wow.
Wow. Be more concerned with your character than your reputation, because your character is what you really are, while your reputation is merely what others think you are.
Wow.
That's good. Wow.
I mean, we're getting...
Wow, some of you have
this is really good stuff.
amazing ones.
Oh, man.
Wow.
I'm kind of speechless, seriously, for a minute here, because I'm too busy reading. I don't even know what. I'm just
but also thinking.
This is good stuff. It's really good stuff.
Oh, hi, Brant.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
It just got derailed. I know somehow it just got.
I was like,
if a man's from Texas, he'll tell you. If not, why embarrass him by asking? Oh, dear God, help us. My goodness. Dear Lord, man. Shh. All my exes live in Texas, and that's why I reside in Tennessee.
Kathy, I love
Man,
that one.
if you're just getting on real quickly, we are asking people for inspirational quotes.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. I love that. Jeff Alex, hello.
Wow, man.
We miss you guys so much.
I'm just
Give
chilling
your wife
with
and
this.
kids a hug for us, please.
Man, this is good stuff.
That is good.
Okay,
Wow.
So
Okay.
I don't even know where to go from here. I'm just kind of like, I think we
know.
should just do this all night and just leave out of here ready to conquer the world.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. Very, very good. Very, very good. Adam just says life. Is that a quote, Adam?
Honestly, that is, Adam, that's classic. That is just classic.
That's deep, Adam. That is deep and inspiring.
Enough
Thank
said.
you.
It's
Appreciate it.
true.
That's a drop the mic. Adam just said, oh, thank you. Oh, God. Life's hard, but it's harder if you're stupid. I don't even know what to do with that one, Adam. I don't even know what to do. I'm just going to let people read that. I don't even know if I want to say that out loud.
I knew it. I knew it.
Oh, this... Now it went from being inspiring to completely derailing.
We are completely
You can pick your
derailing.
friends and you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose.
Well, you could, but that would be disgusting.
Wow, this just went from really inspiring to just bizarre and wacky. Wow. We better get it back on track real quick.
Let's get it back.
So we were kind of having this is a challenge. We got a challenge for you guys, because this is going to take a moment for you to think. Now we know we have the Victor Jolins of the group who's going to give us probably something juicy and humorous, but some of you might actually give us some good. So, all right. In a 6-word sentence or less, I don't know why 6, don't know, but in a 6-word sentence or less, describe your life in a 6-word sentence or less. Your life. Not life in general, not like a...
My life? Okay.
So, Morris Bonds, what is up, my brother?
Hello.
Dude, what is going on, man?
Oh, it's good to have you on.
Man, thanks for
welcome.
coming on, being with us, man. We got to hook up and see you. We haven't seen you so long, but thank you for jumping in. Man, Morris, good to see you, buddy.
Sorry, I was reading a comment. Jeff Alex, that's funny.
Steve Rhodes, there is a such thing as a stupid question. I actually remember him saying that.
Did he really
This is
say
true.
that?
This is true.
That's great.
Anyways, so in 6 words.
In a 6-word sentence, you said.
6.
6-word sentence.
6-word sentence. Sentence. 6-word sentence or less.
Then you can pick just 6 words.
6-word sentence or less. Describe your life.
Currently.
Kyle Brake said up, down, in, out, over, under. That might be the best. Okay, we're done. We're done. We're done.
Great.
It's over with. Let's just stop doing it. That wins. How do you go from there? Kyle, you won. That's it.
Oh, that's awesome. Wow, that was fast. That was fast thinking.
Oh, that's awesome. Kyle, that's awesome. Love that. Man.
Oh,
So,
that's awesome.
6 words or less describe your life.
It is not boring.
It is not boring.
That is for certain. Now, I just added that is for certain, but mine is
It's
not boring.
boring.
It is not boring.
For certain. But if you do it's only one word.
Okay.
It's not boring for certain. There's 5. You're under the you're
Oh, Antioch West says fun, adventurous, and never boring.
True. So let me see. My life, describe my life is it's not over.
I like that one.
It's not over. And I mean that sincerely. It's that song. I know some of you, I got to play it. It's not over. It's not finished.
Oh, you should play that.
Oh, that's good. Come
Take
on.
a minute.
Y'all just need to
Yeah.
keep,
That's good.
I love that song. This is a little, and
That's a good one.
that's my quote for the day, seriously, for my life, because that's just where God has me and what I'm dealing with. It's not over. And there's days where I feel like there's some things about my life that I'm not sure. Time out. David Weaverland is out officially jumping in. Baltimore Auto Boys. He has officially joined in.
Yes!
Not through. We have broken down
Yes,
David
we
Weaverland.
have!
He is now on.
Although, wait a
David-
minute, but I haven't seen Estella yet.
Okay.
So they might be on. But that's awesome.
See, we broke David down.
Yes!
Who sings that? Who sings that?
The
Somebody
best
out.
is yet to come.
Who
I
sings
love that.
Somebody help me. I know Trish. Somebody would know. Who sings it? It's not over.
I know, Regina. I was
What's
just
that?
getting ready to ask her, is that Estella on David's? Well, let's see. Because I was going to ask that.
I gotta find that. This is a great song. This song ministers to me.
I like that, John. Reese's Pieces, Hunks Chunks, Peanut Butter Sundae.
What is the name of that? Who sings
I don't.
that?
You know me. I'm terrible with.
Somebody
words.
help me. Who sings that? Israel. There you go. Israel.
Trish, you always know.
Here we go.
awesome.
Let me see if I can play this for the. This is good. But that's my song right now. It's not over.
Yeah.
This is it right now.
Man. Yeah, play that a minute.
That's me right now. It's
I
not
want to
over.
talk to people tonight
Is
who
it
maybe
working?
feel things are hopeless, dreams have been shattered,
Oh, it's
things look dark. Tonight we want to declare to you it's not over.
This is good. I'm gonna let this play in the background. I can't tell if y'all can hear it or not. Maybe
Yeah,
I
give us a thumbs up if you can hear it or if it's too loud.
Yeah, I like
We're
this.
We can't really tell.
But this is a good song to play underneath all this because it's not over. Somebody actually needs very
someone
loud.
said
It's very loud. Okay,
Okay.
all right, here we
Thank
go.
you, Rose. Thank
We
you.
don't know. We are literally flying blind here
Yeah,
with the
it's hard to tell on
with
mine.
with our soundboard here. Here, I can actually time out a second.
Oh,
I'm going high tech, Kate. I can't tell.
aw, hi Angie.
So hopefully you can hear it. Can you hear it? Honestly, Rodney
good.
says we can. Thank you,
Okay,
Rodney.
good. Thank you, Rodney.
So,
thanks, Mom.
bottom line,
Thank you, Laurie.
you know, it's funny. I don't know why this is something. I think we'll all deal with it.
Kendra.
It's not over. That's great, James.
That is
Don't fear
James.
dying, fear not living. So the question we had is, in 6 words or less, 6 words or less, describe your life. So Kate said it's not boring.
Can they hear you while we're talking?
Yeah, they can hear me. Yeah, I think so.
Well, I remember there was a blitz one time.
I think they should be able to hear me. We got thumbs up, so
Okay.
that's thumbs up. It's working.
Thank you.
So it's just that's my my message for me, for my life. It's not over, and I know it seems like that's sort of cheesy, but it's not.
Yeah, I mean,
When God, when it's Jesus at the center of it all, things are new.
challenge. We've gone through very challenging times for us.
Personal things.
Sometimes we felt like it's
Yeah, it does. But it's not over, and someone actually maybe can hear that tonight. It's a great song. I'm hoping you just feel really great. But anyways, but it's not over. So 6 words or less. We're gonna let that play for a minute. Hope you can still hear it. Someone maybe that song was what you needed tonight. Amen. That's great. This is someone. Yes, I am going to have an altar call soon. We all need it. I'll be the first one there. If somebody, honestly, seriously, somebody needs to hear. Can't hear Sister Kate. You need to give us your voice. Speak up. Hey.
Sorry.
Hello. Our microphone is right here. Hey. We were inspiring the people. We don't need to go on my loudness. Brian Roberts, what's up? He says, Brian, it's a good blend of us and music. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate it. Welcome to Right at Home. First time, long time listener, first time caller. That's so used to say. No, anyways, but seriously, maybe tonight that's all you need to hear tonight is this song. It's not over. God's not finished. Tamika's back again tonight. There's so many people jumping in. But I'm not really sure where to go here. I think we should just have sit back and listen to this. Because seriously, I think someone needs to hear that. It's not over. To some of you, maybe the devil's telling you it's over. Maybe that your life, you made too many mistakes, or that time has passed you by, or whatever you're going through, or whatever's happening. And usually we don't try to get this deep and serious and right at home. But maybe tonight God wanted you to know it's not over. It's not finished. And today you can leave here with your head high, because as long as He's on the throne, no matter what we're going through, it's not over. So the question we started off with before we kind of got down this road was, in 6 words or less, describe your life. And so currently describe your life. So we had some really good. Kyle Blake though started off with a bang. So very good stuff. So while this is playing here, let's continue down this road, because I was thinking this. We often kind of, we always say we live. I think it's that way. Yeah, so far I hear it. I don't know. Yeah. So, Lisa, hello. Can't hear you. We better turn the music off. Apparently they can't hear the people. So we're trying, folks. We honestly are. We're trying to. This morning, real quick, shout out to Adam.
Yeah.
He was here today with me on.
Because up until now,
yeah, I've been running a solo ship. Well,
I've been helping.
Yes, but there's only certain things you can do.
Okay, but I'm still helping.
You are.
I'm watching on Facebook. I'm supporting.
You are a help.
And people usually call me if there are issues.
Yes, you are a help. You're a help. They can't hear him anymore. Can they hear us? Time out. Hello? Test. Uh-oh, you know what I did? I think I hit the main volume. Test. 1, 2. Can you hear us now? Hello. Too many buttons, Kate. Too many buttons.
Hey, this is all you.
I know. I think I hit the wrong button. Mm-hmm. Hello. Uh-oh. Oh, see, this is about to go down because, okay, Lori. So last week, when they talked about the cards, the whole thing with the cards, or was that 2 weeks ago?
The cards.
This was a major...
It was legit, though. That really
So
hurt
I
my
feel like
feelings.
now we're going to really get into this. Lori's
Well, you brought it up.
I didn't bring it up. I was simply saying...
Laurie was
I'm letting the people know all that's happening. If y'all could see all of that's happening here. We got buttons we're pushing and sound we're checking, and we can't hear. So anyways, this morning Adam was here.
You were saying that you went solo, though.
Yeah, I was
and
doing
I
it. It was
said
tough.
that's not true. We've been doing this together. I've supported you.
You've been the wind beneath my wings.
No, I've been more than wind beneath your wings.
Kate, wings don't work without wind, so
okay,
therefore I can't fly.
No.
I can't fly without your wind.
Okay, but that's
Did you ever know that you're my hero?
I'm talking about here application.
You're everything I wish I could be.
Are
I
we
could
talking
fly
the same
higher than an
language?
eagle.
Hello, are we talking the same language?
I'm inspiring you.
No,
you
you're
are the
not.
wind beneath my wings.
Okay, come down here. Come right here.
See, Sister Cheryl says keep digging that hole. I'm trying to dig myself out of the hole by quoting inspirational songs. Did you?
But do you hear me? You were trying to make a shout out to Adam.
I was trying to say
Adam. It was really
Adam.
about Adam.
It was about Adam. I think
when
Adam
you
dropped
said,
off.
But when you made the statement that you've been running solo, That is not true. I have been helping.
Yes. And you have been helping. You've told me sometimes if there's things
Because
going on to help.
People will text me,
But-
okay, we can't hear
Yeah.
Joel. Our lights on. I mean, this is a challenging thing. So I come and check. And then
Right.
you stop in the middle of
Yes.
talking and then ask me what you're not supposed to do. And then I get yelled at.
Okay. Well, so, anywho, not that this is not exhilarating.
Oh, come on. This is so entertaining.
Randy Dolan got the popcorn. He's ready to go. I think people would just like to hear us go back and forth.
I was going to say, this is entertaining. I know it's for
So,
them.
anyways, back
We're
to the
making it-
point.
yes, shout out to Adam.
Shout out to Adam because he
Yes.
was here.
We've been doing this by ourselves. So
Yes, we've
Adam
been doing-
was
Adam
able
was
to
here
come
today and helped us
today.
out.
It was
So-
such a blessing.
I was trying to make the point that sometimes when we ask you if we can't hear and we ask what's going on, it's because I'm still trying to learn all of the buttons and faders, and I think I hit the wrong fader, which is that guy, which turns the whole thing off. And so anyways,
We're still learning.
we are. This is just, I don't really know where to go from here. So folks, it's been nice. I'm just joking.
Come on.
I'm leaving. Let me go.
You're the funny guy.
Let me go. So anyways, so I was trying to get to my next
I'm sorry.
question.
My apologies.
I don't know how we got here tonight.
Well, we were making a shout out to Adam. of
Yes,
how
Adam,
much
thank
we
you.
Appreciate. Well,
Appreciate
we
it.
need to we need to elaborate.
Yes, I was until I don't know what happened. So anyways,
It was you that happened. You said you were running solo, and
But I
last
wasn't
time
meaning-
checked, there's DOS here, 2.
sweet Lord, someone help us. We need counseling.
No, we don't. We're okay.
I was, and then I came back strong with "You're the wind beneath my wings," and you went, and I said that wings need wind to lift them up, and therefore I could not fly into the heavens of the Sunday morning anointing without your wind lifting me up, and
No,
your.
because I've done more than just that theoretical nonsense. No.
That is not theoretical, Kate. That is a Oscar-winning inspirational song with truth. You are the wind beneath my wings.
Theoretical. Okay.
It says I could fly higher than an eagle.
But it wasn't relevant to what we were talking
Okay,
about.
so let's get back to
Okay,
relevancy.
yes, let's do that.
So, and I got to remember my question because I wrote it down.
Sorry.
What would we do different? What would we do different in life? Or how would we live life differently? That's a better way of asking it. How would we live life differently if our average lifespan was only 40 years? The reason I asked this question is this. I've just been reading through some early American history, some stuff about our country, and realized, man, that they had some tough stuff. I just the Oregon Trail and things that happened on the Oregon Trail, and that life was very short and challenging for a lot. So we kind of now used to expecting to live. Most of us expect us to live for a while. But what would you do differently? Why are you smiling at me?
Because you almost hit me in the face.
Sorry, I'm a talker, Kate. We should actually have a right at home episode with my hands tied down.
Sorry, you guys.
It actually might be difficult.
But you really seriously almost did. Like
I didn't mean that. I
had
didn't mean. I mean, Jesus help us. So, anyways,
Sorry.
How would you live life differently if you knew your lifespan was only 40 years? Lori comes strong right out of the gate with eat more pizza. There you go. That's Lori, and even threw the pizza emoji in there. So kudos to you for finding the pizza emoji. But Lori comes straight out of eat and exercise more. If you only lived to 40 years old, how would we, maybe not just you, but we, what do you think we, I feel like
I'm waiting
you're doing the
for it.
Matrix on me over there. How would we live life differently, you think, if we only lived to 40? What about you? How would you say, what would change in our life?
Ours personally?
Just in life. Regina said, oh God. She said I wouldn't have gained so much weight. Oh God, I don't know why that hit me funny. Sorry, Regina, that was good. I don't even, yeah, this is going to get, there we go. So what was the one, we had talked about this earlier. What did you say?
I wouldn't have as many distractions. I would definitely, and I guess my answer might be a little too deep, I guess, for some, as eat more pizza, Laurie. But I definitely would have more quality time. Any plans that I make, they would be even more well thought out. I wouldn't have a lot of extracurricular stuff that wasn't important. I would put a lot of emphasis into the relationships and the people I love, and not have a lot of distraction things that usually we tend to have in our life. Why are you laughing?
John said I would have gained more. I don't know where this. Oh, some of you guys crack me up.
Actually, and
That
I
is
agree
funny.
with that, Estelle and David. I love, and that says it beautifully. I would have learned to not sweat the small stuff much earlier. So true. That's really true.
You know what? Too, I think for one of the things for me is, I think I would have spent a lot less time in my younger days wasting doing a bunch of just dumb stuff. Video games, Nintendo. Probably would have changed that because, again, I mean, I don't know.
And spent more time with me.
Yes, my wind beneath my wings.
Okay, that was a little You gotta do better on the delivery, dude. Like, absolutely. Yes.
I was taught by my
More
younger
of
years,
you.
though, when I was younger.
Like,
'Cause I
how
feel like
much
in-
younger?
Well, seeing I am still a young man.
Okay,
I was
so
talking
in
about
your really young
younger
years,
age.
like 12 years old,
Maybe
what
like
else would
probably-
you have been doing?
I don't know. I'm not saying that was, Randy said he knew I was going to say video games. Maybe more Legos, Randy, instead of video games. No, I'm just saying, I think there's so much time. And
But as a kid, though, you don't.
I know, but I'm saying, I think as a kid, you don't really, you
But that's
think life's forever.
important. I know, but as a child, it's important to be a child.
It is important. No, I'm not saying it's wrong, but I think there's a lot of
Sorry,
things.
I know we're probably getting really deep
Oh
here.
no, it's fine. This has been a deep night in some ways, but yeah, travel more. That's a good one, Valerie. Very good.
Oh, that is good.
I think the thing about is, I think there's so much time that, and I'm a guy who likes to have a good time. I'd like to do a lot of fun stuff, but I would probably spend more time doing stuff that's edifying. Probably. Because I think as you get older, that's one thing you realize is that there's a lot of stuff in your young age you just wasted. You know, say youth is wasted on the young. So I think that's probably the thing to me. There's a song for everything. See? David understands. He feels me. David feels me. There's a song for everything. My song bank is deep, David. So maybe I can go deep in my song bank, right? My
What
song
do you mean
bank.
by deep?
I got a lot of songs for a lot of situations.
Oh, yes.
I can.
But the songs aren't necessarily deep, but he's got a song.
Wow. I broke the Temptations down a couple weeks ago, Kate.
Oh,
it
was great.
It was great. Mm-hmm. And when you're talking about Ain't Too Proud to Beg, that's deep. I'm not too proud to beg. Sweet darling. You ain't gonna leave me, girl. Oh, this is getting rough quick. You're laughing. I don't know what happened. So I'm not really sure where to go from here. I think it's...
It was the question that you had.
Trish says her brain is 90% song lyrics.
But we are so appreciative, Trish, because
Yes.
you helped us out
Yes.
all the time.
Yes. So
We love that about
I don't
you.
even know what my... Oh, the question. 20 would be the new 40. That would be... That's true. Midlife
Very
crisis
true.
at 20. That would be interesting. Michelle would probably would have stayed single. That's hilarious. That's just funny.
Oh, that's great.
So because of that, this is something interesting. And here's something kind of like a piggyback to that. Not necessarily, because obviously life is the case. You're really nervous. I can see you. Are you nervous now?
I'm a little. It hits my comfort zone.
Am I in your bubble? Maybe we should
Yeah.
we should get one of those shields they have now at the grocery store, or like the plastic
No,
PPE
I
shields.
don't think that would be good. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, I'll make sure I'm.
No, it's fine. It's okay. No, you talk with your hands, so it's okay.
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 So
your question.
The question to me is, what advice would you give your 5-year-old self? Right now, if you could go back and talk to your 5-year-old self, not that your 5-year-old self would listen. I was a very hyper 5-year-old self, so I probably wouldn't listen. But if I could stop my 5-year-old self and tell him something, what would you tell your 5-year-old self?
Me?
Yeah.
Not to be so serious. And not to take everything so seriously. That was a quote my father would say to me all the time. Is don't take things so seriously.
Don't grow up. That's what Trish just said. Don't grow up. Stay.
Well, we got some adults.
No comment. This is a.
Oh, I think.
Oh, look, Christine says the thing. Life's not that serious. Chris, I buy oil stock. Oh, that's funny. That's good.
Okay, what about you?
Oh man. Relationships matter. I've learned that. I had to learn that. And I don't mean that at inventamazon.com. Wow. Here we go now.
Hi, Meg.
Inventamazon.com. Take naps. This is good. But probably, I mean, I don't know, 5-year-old. I like buy well stuff. You're 5 years old. Learn to use the potty. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Your baseball cards
will soon be worth nothing. Oh, so if you're just jumping on, the question is, what advice would you give your 5-year-old? Oh, that's good. Actually, that's really good. You'll never go to 3 schools in 1 year again. Leanne, you went to 3 schools in 1 year at 5 years old? Is that legit?
Oh,
wow.
Wow, that's challenging.
Wow. That is a challenge. You'll never go to 3 schools in 1 year again. Wow. 3 schools in 1 year. So what's the question I ask is, what advice would you give your 5-year-old self? I would probably have to say, sit down, stop moving. I got to talk to you.
Oh,
I was a hyper
that's
Kyle.
okay.
I was a hyper.
But you're a boy though.
Yes. Some say I'm still hyper.
You are.
Earlier on today, you said I was hyper.
That's okay because I'm not hyper, and we balance each other out.
Oh, Marines, Marine Corps, Marine Corps. Wow.
Really?
Stop eating the paste in art class. so, for some reason, I have a hard time. I actually think that's actually funny and true. John, I feel like that's actually true. That's actually, that's hilarious. There's good. Man, this actually, now you guys are getting good. Come on now, this is getting good.
Sister Jan, that's really good. And Valerie, that's really good.
This is good.
Wow.
Wow. And your mom says, love your parents well. Because that's this is good. Everything will be all right. I like this. This is good. Now you're getting inspirational again. Although, John, I'm still trying to get the art to paste out of my head. This is true. Very true. You guys are, this has been an inspirational evening.
Yeah.
Wow. Not to cry over the snowman I couldn't get right, circles or hearts. This is true. Now, Rose, that is a true statement because we tell our kids that all the time. Enjoy being a child. And nowadays, I don't know, if you're raising kids, you can attest to this, but man, nowadays the pressure for kids to grow up is insane, man. Oh man.
Yeah.
Everyone's saying that. Megan said that. Don't just enjoy being little. Man, the kids are under pressure to grow up so fast. We tell our kids all the time, enjoy being a child. Enjoy being a kid. It only comes once.
And you're grown forever. Once you're grown, and it's
And it
not
ain't that great.
great.
It's not that great. It's way overrated.
It's way.
Driving and getting a job and getting out of school is way
Well,
overrated.
the funny thing though is like my kids always say to me, "Yeah, but mom, you don't have anyone telling you when to go to bed." And I'm like, "Yeah, but the flip side is when you're old enough to be able to pick your own time, you're so tired,
Yeah.
but because you have kids, you have to stay up and try and get them in bed, and you want to go to bed early, so you can't do it either way." So I try to
Yeah.
encourage my kids with that.
Yeah. Yeah. This is true. So I like that. That's why I said don't grow up. It's a trap. It's true.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, Kelsey said she was born for adulthood.
No,
gotta
I do.
see more. She was born for the adult life. That's you know. John says he's still a kid. That's why his grandkids relate to him so much.
Oh. But I think it's important when you're parenting, though, to remember those times when you're
Yeah.
parenting. I'm thankful that I have memories of my stages in life because it's hard. And we're starting to raise a teenager, and she's going through a lot of different difficulties. And I remember at her age, and it was hard. It was really hard. So it's good to kind of remember as the different stages if you're able. Not everyone does, but as a parent, it's good to remember those stages because it can really help you parent your child and have some compassion because it's not easy. It's not. Oof, I would not go back to teen life. Would you?
No, I mean, there's some good things about being a teenager, but
I'm not saying there isn't.
I don't know if I want to go back. It's
just-
challenging.
it is a challenge.
It's challenging.
It's a challenge.
It's definitely a
I mean,
challenge.
We're trying to get on parenting.
I don't know.
sorry,
Yeah,
y'all.
we're I don't know.
I don't know how we
yeah,
got on
I'm
that.
not sure. We've had a lot of rabbit trails tonight.
We have.
This has
I
been-
hope you guys don't mind.
I don't know if people have picked up on this as much, but we've had a lot of
But just so you guys know, we do try to like since Right at Home ends Sunday night, we go into the week. Okay, Lord, what are you wanting? We would love to be able to hand you this. It just doesn't
Really.
work that way.
We're
It
flow.
doesn't.
We're
We
Right
are-
at Home is all about flow. We're just in the flow. So I guess the question would be though, what's funny because everyone kind of starts alluding to this. It seems like it's about mistakes and overcoming mistakes and learning from mistakes. But I thought about this: if we learn from our mistakes, why are we afraid to make them? If we learn from our mistakes, why are we afraid to make mistakes?
Because it's always something new. And
What is?
like the lessons? I mean, yes,
But can you really learn without trying, and can you really try without making mistakes?
No, and you really can't learn without failing.
This just seems like it's a difficult thing to.
It is.
Is.
Oh, I have an extreme fear of failure. Oh, I do. I will readily admit that.
Oh, let's ask that question because I think there's other people out there. I don't know, folks. Maybe this is getting a little
I
too
do.
deep for you guys tonight, but we're having. This is also enjoyable. I mean, not that I don't enjoy hearing about cereal, but this is good stuff too. How many of you have a fear of failure? Truly have a fear of failure? Who many of you here?
Actually, we just, this is Mrs. Jones. We just had that conversation today because Jesus is perfect and we are all aspiring to be more like Jesus.
Yeah.
But for perfectionists, I will say that's
Are
extremely.
you saying
challenging.
perfectionist because you are one?
I don't like to claim. I used to claim that proudly, but I don't because the Lord has spent an enormous amount of time crushing that attempt. So I'm not striving to be perfect. It's an impossibility. However, I do strive through my relationship with the Lord to be and do as He would like for me to be. And the hard thing I will say for a perfectionist is what I want for myself and what God expects from me are completely different.
That's true.
And my standards for myself are way higher than God's. And what the times that I've had, like for instance, things like this where when the camera's off and I think, oh, I can't believe I said that, or oh my goodness, how did I do that? and I'm beating myself up, and then I get this little nudge from the Lord that says it was fine. And he's not expecting me to be perfect, but I'm expecting me to be perfect. And that's a challenge in itself, because it's sometimes you want to say, well, why don't you expect it to be this way? It's kind of like, as a parent, and God speaks to me so many times through my children, is, I can see myself as a child trying to draw this perfect picture for my dad, and it's a mess, and I can't get it right, and so I race, and I try to write again, and I can't get it right, and I race again, and I try to do it again, and I'm frustrated, and then I throw my picture up and go, here you go, and that, our Heavenly Father looks at it and thinks it's the most beautiful masterpiece ever, puts it in a frame and hangs it on a wall, and to him that is the most beautiful masterpiece, but to me as the child, I think it's just this scribbled mess that I couldn't get right. So, the Lord especially has really worked on that for me. So I don't ever like to say, oh, I'm a perfectionist, because because to a real perfectionist, you're always failing. You never get it right. Very rarely, for at least the perfectionists that I know, it doesn't matter how much you work, it's never enough. It's never right. It's never perfect. To other people, it's perfect, but to you, so it's like you live this constant failure because you never can hit that perfect mark. And it is a miserable way to live. Without Jesus, it's miserable. So we were just having that conversation about God, because I broke down and said, well, it's easy. Jesus was perfect, but he wants us to be like him, but not perfect like him, to be perfect, to strive. So the Lord is showing me every day, because it's a challenge every day. There's always something I'm learning, is just to strive to know him, and he will show me how and what he desires from me. But they don't ever rarely match. My expectations are much higher. So I wasn't trying to get in that serious moment, but fear of failure is definitely something for me that has been.
It's good. It's good.
But in that, though, I will say that is what I've learned, because I have a child. Sorry, I wasn't trying to.
No, it's fine.
But I have a child who is a perfectionist, or she shows. I'm praying that she's not, because it's a challenge. But I have a child who has these things, and the problem with wanting to get everything right and perfect all the time is most of the time it leaves you paralyzed to where you don't want to try, because you're afraid of failing or making a mistake or whatever. But I will say, the worst thing than failing and being embarrassed or whatever happens is regret.
Yeah.
And I try to teach my little girl, try and fail. You're going to learn. That's the only way for you to learn, is to fail, and that's okay. Because the flip side of that is not ever trying, and the fear of failure, regret of every day wishing that you had or you would have done, or is far worse.
True.
And so I try to teach my daughter that, because I have a daughter that's like me in that area, and I'm trying to help her, to let her know that you're learning. So there's going to be, you're going to mess up. Doesn't necessarily mean you are like failing, that you can't do it, but you're learning.
Wow.
So you're going to make mistakes. It's part of it.
And everyone's getting on this. It's good stuff, guys. I'm really trying to read through. It's good, because everyone's sharing kind of with you what you're saying, Kate. And honestly, I think somebody really tonight, and we've had a lot of fun on this on Right at Home a lot, but tonight I feel like if somebody would look at some of this stuff, God's really helping some of you. There's some really great stuff people are sharing, and I appreciate not only, Kate, your transparency, but the transparency of some of you in here that are willing to be transparent about how you
but I will say,
how you've grown through it, though. It's just really cool.
No, it's very true.
You're growing. Go ahead.
Very
Sorry.
true. Oh no, because I was reading some of the comments about the mistakes. One thing, because especially as a parent, it's hard. And then the more kids you have, it's almost like there's no book, and it's a different book for each one, because you can't parent like you did with the first one, because the second child's different, and then when you've got a third child, third child is different, and so you've got all these different ways of, this one responds by this, and this one responds by that, and this one responds by this, so it's a challenge. And so something that the Lord has helped me with is with, teaching and training my kids. Obviously, I try to really lean on the Lord because I'm just human. But one thing he has taught me, and I try to, just a little nugget for those parents out there. Sorry, this was not a parenting session. But you're going to make mistakes. I try to tell my kids that all the time. You're not going to get it right every time. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to say things. You're going to do things, whether you meant them. And sometimes you do mean things that you say that are not very kind. However, I'm teaching through the wisdom that the Lord is giving me that it's not necessarily the mistakes you make, it's how you fix them. Because just through my own childhood, I learned some things growing up of what to do, but also what not to do. And I've learned that it's not necessarily what mistake because I've made so many, I can't even count. But I try to make sure that my kids know in those moments where mommy is losing her mind, or she's mad, or this is going on or whatever, that I go back to my kids and I want them to know that I'm willing to admit that I was wrong. Mommy was wrong in how she handled this. I shouldn't have said this to you. I shouldn't have acted this way. And obviously I'm not at the end of my course with my children, but I believe that the Lord has been teaching me that through things in my own past, but also with my kids, because I was really afraid to be a parent in a lot of ways, because I didn't want to make a lot of mistakes and, hurt my children. But I had a lot of hurt and pain in my own life, and it would come out. And that's one thing I tell people all the time is, you want to get married and you want to have children, be prepared for those relationships in your life to sometimes, no offense, bring out the worst in you. And not that they're trying to, but it's good. It's good that they're coming to the surface. I don't feel like as a negative thing, but it helps you to deal with stuff that you didn't even know it was inside of you. And so that stuff's going to come up, and you're going to hurt those that you love, but it's not the end. It's not over. You can go to your child or your husband and say, I know I said those words in anger, but and again, you can't just do this without God. You can't. God is the ultimate. And again, I'm not trying to preach. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to take over. So I apologize. And I wasn't trying to make this a parenting thing. But if someone can hear me, because I know there are some of you that may have older children, or you feel like you've made mistakes and you weren't perfect. And ultimately God is number one. But he's teaching me through my children is, because I've made a lot of, sometimes when I think back to things I've done or said, I just cringe inside. But I've made sure through God's help and in the moment to say, sweetheart, I was wrong. And I think that's the biggest thing, is us as individuals being willing to admit when we're wrong and ask that person to forgive us and to forgive ourselves, because ultimately it's seeking forgiveness, but also forgiving yourself, and then ultimately with God. And I gotta say, it makes a difference. And I know it's not always easy, but it's a choice. I know people, I'm sorry, this got really deep really fast. My apologies.
I was just listening.
So I apologize for this. But forgiveness, one thing I'm learning is it's not for the person, it's for you. So many times we think, well, I can't let go of this, and I can't, but really it's a release for you. And it's just, when you look at your life and you look at the things that you miss out on just by something so simple, like being, a pastor's wife and a pastor, it's amazing the things that people walk away from God about. Sometimes something so simple, and really God is our source. We can't make it through life without him. We can't. We just can't. We can try, but we can't. And I know a lot of people have said, you use God as a crutch, and I hope that we have him.
Absolutely, he's a crutch. Because all of us have a
Absolutely.
crutch.
Because
I don't know
we're
why that's a
hurting.
bad thing.
No, and
The bad thing is you don't admit you need a crutch.
exactly. I'm sorry.
No.
We got really deep really fast. It wasn't trying,
It's good.
but
Somebody needs to hear it tonight. Somebody needs to hear it.
if you have relationships in your life, I don't know. I just feel this for an individual. I don't know, and you feel like you weren't the best parent or you weren't the best person, or it's not too late. It's not. And yes, that person that you said or did or how you acted, ultimately, you can't make them forgive you.
No.
But you can be willing to admit that you're wrong, and you can forgive, and you can release it to God. And people say it's not easy. Unfortunately, it's a choice. But the freedom that you get when you let it go, and trust me, I know it's easy to sit on this side of the screen and talk, but you don't know all of my life. And that's why I'm so thankful I have Jesus, because he shows me every single day why. And I'm so thankful. I don't live for God. I don't live for him. I can't. A perfectionist living for God. I live with him. And he allows me the grace to forgive. He allows me to let go. Not only those that I've hurt, but also those that have done to me. And I'm so sorry. I was not trying to get on forgiveness, but just it's not too late. It's not too late.
I think to me, no, it's good because you know what's kind of make someone needs to hear this, and this is so much like Jesus. I got to tell you, this is so much like Jesus that Jesus, he knows your frame, he knows our frailties, and so he'll backdoor you into let's go and right at home and talk about cereal and whether Coke or Pepsi's awesome. And next thing you know, Jesus is wham! Oh, by the way, how about that forgiveness thing you've been denying? We're like, wait a minute. What about Spider-Man costumes and pizza and Coke or Pepsi? Not this, please, not this. That's how Jesus is. The woman at the well started. She was going out for an afternoon drink, and Jesus changed her life. Peter thought he was going for a boat ride and ended up walking on water. Jesus is like that. He just sort of. A bunch of people thought they were going to go to a funeral, and Jesus showed up and made it a resurrection party. It's just sort of like how Jesus operates. So those of you that came on tonight going, okay, well, I've got my good comments ready to go. And then Jesus said, well, but wait 1 second. What about those things that you've been avoiding? So he knows. So somebody needs to hear that tonight. Whoever you are, whatever reason you stopped by tonight, someone needed to hear that. And, in the end, when you look back at the totality of things, as Kate said, what are things that you'll look back on and you'll miss out on because you weren't willing to maybe forgive, maybe release some things? And it's powerful. I feel serious. I feel God's reaching for someone tonight. I know that sounds sort of funny on the venue or what we're doing tonight, but God's reaching for somebody tonight. His grace is sufficient. His grace is sufficient.
I will say that. I know so many times on that, because the Lord's been very kind in how he's taught me. And I'm one, I don't like theory very much. And I feel like a lot of the religious world, when we hear stuff that comes, and I mean no disrespect, none. But when things come across to us, it always seems theoretical. But for someone like me, you should hear some of our conversations. He'll make a comment or a blanket statement. I'm like, and I'm the application. I'm like, okay, well, that's great. So how do I apply that to my life? Because I want to know. So I'm always about applying it. It's one thing to kind of just say it. Okay, yeah, we all have faith. Okay, fine. Then let's talk about how you live with faith. Okay, Monday morning I wake up at 6 a.m. and I go to my job. And how do you apply that in your life? And so when my husband said grace is truly sufficient, I got to say I've put it to the test. And I'll use a very simple application. And I struggle with my eyesight every day. I wear contacts and glasses, and right now I've been struggling with an eye condition that doctors can't seem to figure out what's going on. And I've asked the Lord to heal me because it really impedes on my life, especially for someone that likes things a certain way and pays very close attention to detail. It's something that affects me every day. And I've had something new happening where I have floaters in my eyesight that are, it seems like they're more predominant than they've ever been. And there are days, literally, it's very hard just to get through life. And so here's application. And I've said to the Lord, Lord, I've got to see. I've been to the doctors. I've spent so much money on, I've probably been to 5 different eye doctors. And they're like, nope, you're good. No issues. And so it's very frustrating, but when you go to the doctors, I found for myself, when I've gone to the doctors and the doctors can't give me an answer, that kind of lets me know with how the Lord and I have I've learned him, is it usually means that's something he's allowed to just trust him with it every day until he gives me direction on what to do with it. So I keep going to the doctors. They keep not, they can't figure out what it is. I mean, I've even had an MRI done. They can't tell me. So, and I've asked the Lord to heal me, and he hasn't. But one thing I will say, every day, and there are days, please try it for yourself and put it to the test, is every day when I wake up, and when I forget, trust me, it's not long. It'll be sometime in the morning, and it usually is when there's a lot of sunlight, and floaters are everywhere, and it's almost like a dirty windshield where you just kind of want to, and I will say, Lord, your word says grace is sufficient, and you've told me that. So Lord, I'm asking you, and I'm receiving your grace, and I receive your grace for me to be able to see the things you want me to see. And for whatever reason, these floaters are continuing. I need your grace to walk through my day. As clear as I'm saying this right now, my eyes clear almost instantaneously. Almost instantaneously. The Lord has been so kind to teach me peace, grace, joy. It's been amazing. Patience. And it's been a series of a couple years. Grace, thankfully, didn't take me that long. Peace taught me a little longer, but he's almost walked me through the process. And I gotta say, it's true. Try it. Test. Paul says it. Try it. Test it. Try it out. And so much we want to say, oh yeah, faith, oh joy, and talk like theoretics. No. I want to know, how does this apply to my life when I've got 3 kids, I've got a husband, I have a pastoral duty to do, and I'm trying to be there for everyone and do this and do that. Okay, how does this apply? Don't just throw it out there, because this is real life here. I mean, when we get off this camera, you're going to your life, I'm going to mine. More than likely, we eat late. I'm going to fix my family some food as soon as we're done. We live life.
We're also going to see if the kids have destroyed upstairs.
Right, exactly. My kids came in very dirty from outside, and I'm sure there's going to be all sorts of dirt and black footprints at which I get to clean that. Yay! But so going back to that, though, it's true. This works. Try it. Try Jesus again. If you've walked away from him, try him. I try to explain it and again, you got to find it out for yourself. I get it. Yes, you do. But try it. Don't just say, oh, it doesn't work. Not if you haven't put it to the test, because I'm telling you right now, I've tried it. I continuously try it. Okay, God, you said. Now I will tell you this about grace. I will tell you this. Is there times I'm learning that with grace, when I receive it, because it's given, his word says it, and I'm sorry, we're on grace now. I apologize, and I'm talking too long. I'm sorry. But with grace, one thing the Lord has taught me is because you receive grace, you don't ask for it. It's a gift. You don't have to ask for something God's willing to give you. It's faith. So I don't have to say, Lord, please give me your grace. If you are his child, you have access to grace. Now, there's certain steps. If you have questions, email me. We can chat about it. I'm not going to go into all that, but there are certain, you have to apply, you have to have all the, it's kind of like an equation. You got to apply all the principles, and there's certain lines and things you have to do. And I can go into, I'm not going to go into it online, but you have access to grace. And so you receive that by faith. So you don't ask for it. You say, God, I receive your grace, or this is what he's taught me. As I say, I receive your grace. If his grace, because it really does it empowers you to do what you cannot do. That's what his grace is for. It gives you the ability to what you cannot do. Everyone has a measure of grace for what his will is for your life, for what you are to do. Sorry, I wasn't trying to get in deep in this, but real quickly on this, and then I'll shut up. And
I'm rolling with it.
But with grace, when I've asked for grace, or not, I'm sorry, not asked, I've received his grace, and I'm still continuing to do something, and if anything, it gets harder. I then therefore have to go back and think, am I doing his will? Is this what he really wants me to do? If I'm his child, I'm living according to his word, and I'm not saying perfectly, so don't hear perfection in this. Do not. There's no perfection in this. But if I'm in an approved relationship with him, I'm trying to live by his word. I'm a child of his. And I'm trying to live the way he wants me to, which, yes, it does take dying out. You have to submit your will. Yes, I'm sorry. But you know what? Every little bit of my will, and it's stages. Just stay within context, please. It's your relationship with him. As he leads you, as he guides you. It's a relationship. You don't get intimate with someone overnight. You start off with, hey, how are you? What's your name? I'm Joel. I'm Kate. You don't all of a sudden have this amazing relationship in a day.
Yeah.
It's a relationship. Remember that. You're not living for God, you're living with him. So going back to grace. When you receive his grace, and trust me, I have to do it multiple times a day. Okay, Lord, I'm receiving your grace. I'm trying to live in it, walk in it. But if it's not easy for me, and again, this is something I've learned, and I could have some biblical scholars out there that say you're wrong. Well, then I'm wrong, but it's amazing because it's working for me. So if I'm walking in his grace and I'm relying on his grace, and it's not getting easier and it's getting harder, then I therefore need to go back. Okay, you said you gave me a measure of grace for what I'm to do in your will. If it's not applying, am I in your will? And trust me, that was a very hard lesson to learn. A lot of trying days, hours upon hours, where I thought, clearly this is what God wanted me to do. And it took me a while, and oh my goodness, that was a very hard lesson, but I learned it. I don't live it perfectly. I do not live perfectly. I know some people, I've heard snarky comments of, oh yeah, no, I just live a life with Jesus. And it's not perfect. Ask my family. But I gotta say, it's not what people tell you. Oh, if you give your life to God, or you do all this, it's going to be boring. You're not going to have, oh my goodness. Is that not ever a lie? I'm not a salesman by nature. I can't sell you on something unless I've tried it and I know it works. So try him. Again, this was not a preaching message. I don't even know where any of this came from. This was not in what we had planned.
I think Jesus just has taken over right at home.
But try
Jesus
him.
took over right at home tonight.
I don't care if you've known him your whole life.
Jesus took it over.
If you're in a relationship, hopefully your relationship grows. Hopefully it's continuous. Hopefully we've been married 17 years, and there's things I just found out about him the other day that I never knew. It's a relationship. It's not a dictatorship. It's a relationship.
Ooh.
Hear me again. It's not a dictatorship. It's a relationship. So, just food for thought.
That's a good one. That one might be the thing. Walking with Jesus is a relationship, not a dictatorship. I think Jesus took over right at home tonight. This was right at home with Jesus tonight. I should be like that every week, but especially tonight. No, it was good. Somebody need to hear that. I don't know who it was tonight, but somebody, you just need to hear that. I don't even know at this point what to say. I think somebody just needs to stop before when this is all over, and maybe you just need to take a moment with you and Jesus, because I think Jesus said, I brought you on here because I need to tell you something, and he just kind of took over. So this is a Selah moment. Pause and think about it. Somebody needed to hear it tonight. The question is, if you heard it, there's a difference between hearing and listening. So whether you heard it is one thing. Whether you're listening, maybe it's backwards. I don't know. But anyways, somebody needed to hear that tonight. And in Jesus' name, you will receive that. If you take it and apply it, it'll change your life. I believe that. Thank you for being on tonight. I'm honestly, it's just kind of I don't really know where to go from here. I'll be that because I'm speechless, is because I feel like if we do anything else past this, we're going to let some people off the hook. And I mean that. My personal heart is, my Joel side is still talking, but my pastor side's telling me to stop talking because Jesus has spoken and now there's not much more to say. So love all of you. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. But more importantly, somebody needs to listen to what the Lord has just said for the last 15 minutes. And come back next week with Right at Home with Jesus. That's our new term, Right at Home with Jesus. Would you like to say anything else?
No, I've talked enough.
No, this was good. I was just chilling and listening because it was good stuff. It was powerful. Someone need to hear that tonight because God's trying to help somebody. And so he'll help you however he can, whether that's bringing you here or right at home and stopping all of this because he wanted to talk to you tonight and help you. He knows exactly where you are. He loves you just like you are, but he loves you too much to leave you like you are. In Jesus' name. Love all of you.
Love you
I just, this song popped in my head while you were singing. I need your mercy. I need your grace. I need your hand just leading the way. Can't make it without you, not for one day. I need your mercy. I need your grace. I think I found it. So maybe we'll play this as an outro.
Yes.
Isn't it
it's
Clint
by
Brown?
No.
Who is it?
It's the. Hold on. Oh goodness.
I thought Clint Brown saw it. Say it. I need your mercy. That's not it? I thought this was it. Yeah, this is it. So here, this is it. I'm going to play this for you guys as kind of a closeout to this tonight. I need your mercy. I need your grace. Love you. Next
Love
week,
you very much.
7:30, we'll be back. We're probably going to take off on July 4th weekend. Be the first night we miss right at home. But we'll be back next week. So next week, don't panic. We didn't say next week we'll be here. 7:30, right at home. We moved it back because of the weather and the good weather. But 7:30 next week. Love all of you.
Yes,
Have a
love
good
you very
week.
much.
Be safe. Walk with Jesus, more importantly. More importantly than anything, walk with Jesus. God bless you. See you next week.